my Dalek army building!
We are the masters of Earth. We are the masters of Earth.
Don't worry, I won't ever sing again. Alrighty, so if this video hits 35 likes or more, then we have more likes than Daleks. So get liking on this video, people. I want to see as many likes as we can possibly get on this video, and then I can go ahead and continue making these crazy Dalek army building videos. I'm enjoying it and I hope you are too. Let's get on this. Hello and welcome to the second part of History of the Daleks, my army building. So in today's video we are going to be taking a look exclusively at the Dalek invasion of Earth. It is absolutely categorically forbidden to dump bodies in the river. Let's get into this. Okay, so the Dalek invasion of Earth is one of those great Dalek stories. Of course, it's only the second time we see the Daleks. This was the beginning of what became known as Dalek Mania, and it really did help populate Doctor Who in such a way. Something that I've always thought about most of the Doctor Who stories, to be fair, that contain the Daleks in the classic series is there just wasn't enough props, which is one of the reasons why I like army building so much. So I always imagine if the word invasion is in the storyline or the title, then there should be a whole invasion force, and I've assembled just that. I have assembled what I've deemed to be a large, substantial army of invasion Daleks. When the History of the Daleks Set 2 was announced, I was overjoyed to see that finally we were getting, for the very first time, a drone Dalek from the invasion of Earth, which doesn't include sound effects, of course. And I thought to myself, do you know what? This is my chance to build an amazingly big, huge army. It's something that I've always wanted to do since I was a little tiny boy. So I'm living my childhood dream through these bits of plastic. So, with that being said, let's take a closer look at all the Daleks in this collection. Okay, so I'm not quite sure of a timeline of events, but I'm pretty sure the very first Dalek we got from this collection was actually this one here. And this one, excuse me there mate, this one was actually released alongside the first Doctor, and it was a twin pack. Also released in black and white, which I also have in the glass cabinet, but because it's black and white it kind of doesn't really go with the rest of them. Now this is the Dalek Commander, this is the Supreme Dalek if you like, the big boss, and when this first came out I was just in shock. I mean, we'd already had like the Dalek collector sets, and when this came out I just couldn't believe it, and I was like, I wonder if one day we're ever going to get graced with the drone Daleks. Well, lo and behold, as you can probably see, we did eventually. We might have had to wait like 10 years, but it was worth the wait, absolutely. So this is the very first Dalek. It's quite rare now in the sense that they do generally sell for, I don't know, anything from £50 to £100, I believe. Well, that's with the first Doctor as well, so maybe a bit cheaper on its own, but that there is the lovely Supreme Dalek. Now, closely followed, like I said, I'm not quite sure if this came out first or the Dalek Collector's Set 2, but in the Dalek Collector's Set 2, we had, obviously, an Evil Guard Dalek from Evil of the Daleks. We had a Supreme Dalek from the Day of the Daleks, but we also had this. And this is the Saucer Commander Dalek, or Saucer Commander Pilot Dalek. And the big difference about this one is you can see here that these slats, well, some of the slats are actually still silver. Now the story goes, they hadn't quite finished painting it all black to make the Supreme, so they just left a few slats like this. And we see this Dalek in the beginning, and I don't think we see it again. Obviously by then it's been painted full black and it becomes the Supreme, so there's a little bit of trivia for you. So, like I said, this came out in the Dalek Collector Set 2, which is very easy to get hold of, only about 50 quid, and you get 3 lovely Daleks. Of course, as you can see here, I have managed to amass 4 of these Daleks, all the same, all identical, which is something that I'm really glad about, because if you've got an army of Daleks, you need to have some you know, saucer commander pilots to keep them in line. I've just noticed as well, while this is recording, the Daleks right at the back actually look like cardboard cutouts in a way. Might just be the way I'm sitting. Of course, they used cardboard cutouts a lot in the 60s, but rest assured they are not cardboard cutouts in this video, and I will show you those in due course. So, for the longest time, that was it. That was all the Daleks that we had from Dalek Invasion Earth. Literally just 2 Daleks, and it was really like, you know, are we ever going to get the drone Dalek? It's so easy to do, it's just a repaint, and it hadn't come. But then finally, out of nowhere, they announced sound effects Daleks, and one of the Daleks in the wave was a drone from the Daleks Invasion of Earth. Now, this here, I believe, oopsie, this here is one of them. The sound effects button is located right here. I'm not sure if the batteries are working, but we will certainly have a little look. If we turn him on, there's a little on switch just there. Nope, I'm afraid the batteries are dead in this one, but I'll get to it in a minute. I believe I've got 4 sound effects Daleks, so for the longest time again I had 4 drones, which I was really happy about, but it really wasn't enough. But these ended up being quite expensive and turned into about 25 or 30 pounds each, like just for one Dalek, which if you're going to build an army as big as this, you'd need to have won the lottery to have been able to afford it. So we'll keep looking and see if we can find one that actually speaks. Here's another one, exactly the same, sound effects Dalek. Let's turn his volume on. There we go. He is speaking to us in volumes. I'll do it again for you. So there we go, and I was really happy about obviously the release of this. Originally I believe they were about £10 when it came out, and I just wasn't able to track down that many, which is why I only had 4 in the collection. Obviously this one here is sound effects and this one here is sound effects. I believe this one, yeah, that one isn't. So there was the collection. I had the Supreme Dalek, I had some Saucer Pilot Daleks, and I had 4 drones that were, well, sound effects Daleks. And that was it. That was the collection. Until Al Jawar, a couple of months ago really, announced History of a Dalek sets. And within that, as you know, History of a Dalek set 2. And that contained one lovely, lovely Supreme Dalek, which I'll show you in just a second. And it also included, for the first time, without sound effects, without any of that, the drone Dalek. So this is the Supreme Dalek that was included. It's quite a nice Dalek, very, very similar to the original release, except for the eye stalk is kind of closed off. If you see there, the lens is closed, and the blue on the hemispheres is a lot bluer. I think that's probably the wrong colour, but considering it was in black and white, you can't really, you can't really tell. If I shine the light, you can see the differences in the colours between those two. It's quite substantial. So after that, we obviously got to the drone Dalek, and that is right here. So we'll take this one out of here. Okay, so this one, just making sure it's not a sound effects one. No, it isn't. This is the drone Dalek, and this Dalek right here, this particular Dalek, was a Dalek that made me think, do you know what? I've been army building Daleks all this time. Now I'm going to take it seriously. Now I'm going to buy a lot of these sets, and well, it's exactly what I did. We've seen the first episode, hopefully, from the Dead Planet. I've got millions of them. Well, not millions, but quite a few. And I've got even more of these beautiful, beautiful Daleks. You can just see, I don't know, I mean, I've only got to show you it really. You know what they look like, but they are amazing. I've got reviews of all these Daleks individually on my channel, so if you haven't already checked those out, then please subscribe, and you'll be able to find them on my channel somewhere. So what I was able to do, as these sets only cost 20 quid, I was able to go ahead and buy, well, quite a few. I haven't actually counted, was a little bit scared to do so because I've done so many, but we'll have a little count now. So we've got, not including the first 4, they're all sound effects Daleks. From here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then to the back, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23 Daleks, which is an odd number, which is a bit strange. But yeah, 23 of these lovely, beautiful Daleks, which some will say it's crazy, some will say it's awesome. I say it's awesome, and probably a bit crazy as well, to be fair, but it's something, like I said, that I really enjoy doing. If I've influenced any of you to go ahead and do the same, then that's really good, and I'm also really sorry that you maybe have to spend loads of money, because it isn't particularly cheap. But like I said, these sets were only 20 quid, so really 10 quid a Dalek. Bargain. Now, of course, I've got a box in the loft full to the brim of these Supreme Daleks. I've got about 20 of these Supreme Daleks, which I was gonna customize, and then I decided, you know what, I'm so rubbish at customizing, I'm actually not gonna bother. So they're up in the loft. Perhaps one day I'll get them out as well, but you can't really have 20 Supreme Daleks, it just looks silly. So there we have the history of this particular army of Daleks. Of course, finding the space to put all these is very difficult. I'm one of those people that really believes if you have a collection, it should be shown, it should be showcased. One of the reasons why I have this all over YouTube and Facebook is just because I want to share it with you guys, because I get so many people comment saying, you know, if I had the money, if I had the space, I would do it, but I don't, and I'm able to kind of, you know, live through your collection, which is great. I absolutely love that. So that's really nice. One other thing you may have noticed if you've been very, very eagle-eyed in this video, there is a Dalek at the back, this one right here, which actually has a claw arm. So this was customized by Nathan, or otherwise known as Dalek Idea, and I've got quite a few of these claws. I've just not got around to sticking them on, but although technically this was in the movie, the claw was never seen in the TV series, I just love it so much and thought, you know what? As I've got so many of these Daleks, let's just have one with a claw, or at least one anyway. As I say, I've got loads more claws that I'm going to be putting on there, but yeah, it just kind of adds more depth and, you know, dynamicness to the Dalek. Dynamicness, is that a word? Probably not, just made a word up. So yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. I can't really say enough great things about that and everything else that Nathan's done. His customizations are just incredible. He works alongside somebody else, forgive me, I forget their name, but those two make for an amazing team when it comes to making custom pieces. So definitely check out Dalek Idea on YouTube. So then, I hope you've enjoyed this video. This was the second part of my history of the Daleks army building. The next episode is something a bit special. It is, of course, for Chase, and in that one we have the biggest Dalek army to date. It's absolutely fucking crazy. Yeah, it's mad. So that will come very soon on this channel, so be sure to subscribe. Thank you to all my patrons and thank you to all my subscribers. It's great. Comment down below, let me know how big your armies are of each and every single Dalek, because it's something that fascinates me. And I'll chat to you over on Facebook, I expect, as well. And yeah, thanks for everything. I will see you very, very soon. Take care and goodbye for now.
We are the masters of Earth. We are the masters of Earth.
Don't worry, I won't ever sing again.